Every year, millions of people, they make a silent decision that costs them more than failure ever could. They decide to wait. They wait until they feel confident, until they have more money, until they know enough, and until the timing is perfect. Until somebody gives them that permission, and while they are waiting, life just keeps moving. The opportunities, they do not wait. The market does not wait, and other people do not wait. The future version of themselves do not magically appear one day. They look around and realize they haven't spent years preparing to live instead of actually living. And if that sounds familiar, this is the moment to stop holding back forever. The truth is that most people are not trapped by the lack of the talent, the intelligence, the resources, or even the opportunity. They are trapped by the hesitation. They have convinced themselves that caution is wisdom, and when in reality it has become a habit. The brain loves certainty because certainty feels safe. And unfortunately, the growth almost never happens inside certainty. Every major improvement in your life exists on the other side of discomfort. The job you want requires applying before you feel ready. The business you want requires starting before you know everything, and the relationship you want requires speaking up before you know the outcome. The skills you want require being bad at something, becoming before becoming good at it. Yet many people spend years trying to avoid the temporary discomfort that would have led to the permanent progress. And one of the biggest myths in self-improvement is the idea that confidence it comes first, and people think confident people take action, and in reality, action creates that confidence. Nobody starts as an expert. Nobody begins completely fearless, and confidence is earned through repetition. The first video feels awkward. The 100th feels natural. And the first workout feels painful. And the 100th feels normal. The first sales call feels terrifying. The 100th feels routine. Waiting to feel confident before taking action is like waiting to get stronger before lifting the weights. The process itself creates the results. And another reason people hold back is the perfectionism. Perfectionism often disguises itself as high standards, but many times it's a simple fear of wearing a smaller outfit or a smarter outfit. When people obsess over making everything perfect, they avoid exposing themselves to judgment. They avoid the criticism, they avoid the failure, and the problem is that perfection is unattainable. If your standards is perfection, you will always find a reason not to start. I see it all the time down in my comments. Oh, your lights, that doesn't match the video. Oh, your thumbnail doesn't look good. Oh, this or that. Who cares? They clicked on it, didn't they? Don't listen to the haters. Focus on you. The most successful people are not those who produce perfect work. They're the ones who consistently produce the work, learn from the feedback, not all the feedback sometimes, improve, and keep moving. Progress beats perfection every single time because progress compounds while perfection remains imaginary. You know, think about much people and how much time people waste worrying about what others think. Entire dreams are abandoned because opinions that most likely never mattered in the first place. And here's a reality check. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves to spend so much time thinking about you. The embarrassing moment you replay in your head for months is forgotten by everyone else in days. The risk you are afraid to take is usually far more memorable to you than to anyone watching. When you understand this, you gain that freedom. You stop treating every decision like a public performance and start treating it like an experiment. Experiments do not require guarantees, they only require that participation. Another hidden cost of holding back is that indecisions creates its own pain. Many people believe they are not avoiding discomfort by delaying action, but they are simply choosing to a different kind of discomfort. The discomfort of uncertainty, the discomfort of regret, the discomfort of constantly wondering what could have happened if they have tried. Taking action may lead to failure, but not taking action almost guarantees stagnation. Failure teaches, stagnation slowly drains that motivation, the confidence, and your momentum. And at least when you move, you learn something. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in personal growth. A small action today makes the next action easier tomorrow. And one phone call leads to a conversation, and one conversation leads to an opportunity. And one opportunity leads to a breakthrough. People often underestimate how dramatically life can change from a few consistent actions repeated over time. You know, success rarely arrives as lightning strikes. More often, it arrives as a chain reaction, and the The challenge is that the first steps usually looks insignificant because it looks small and people postpone it, and they fail to realize that nearly every impressive achievement began with an action that seemed ordinary at the time. If you want to stop holding back, stop focusing on outcomes you can't control, and focus on actions you can control. You cannot control whether everyone likes your work. You cannot control whether you publish it. You can control whether you publish it. You cannot control every opportunity that disappears. You can control, though, whether you prepare yourself. You cannot control your every result. You can control your effort. And this shift is powerful because it moves your attention away from the fear and towards that execution. Fear thrives in the imagination, and progress thrives in action. And it's also important to understand that there will be never be a perfect time. People often imagine a future moment when conditions will finally align and everything will become easier. In that moment, it rarely arrives. Life will continue presenting challenges, responsibilities, distractions, and uncertainties. And if you wait for the ideal conditions, you may wait forever. The people who achieve meaningful goals are usually not the ones with the easiest path. They are the ones who decide to move despite the imperfect circumstances. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the movement in the presence of fear. And every major chapter of your life begins when you stop negotiating with your excuses. Ask yourself a simple question. If nothing changed over the next 5 years except the choices you make starting today, where would those choices lead? Would they move you closer to the life you want or further away from it? This question matters because your future is not built in dramatic moments. It's built in daily decisions, though. And every day you either reinforce the hesitation or reinforce the action. And every day you train yourself to move forward to remain stuck. But the good news is that change does not require a complete reinvention overnight. It requires a decision to stop waiting, a decision to stop hiding behind preparation, a decision to stop letting fear make choices for you. Start the project, send the message, learn the skill, take the shot, apply for the opportunity, have the conversation, make the move, do the things you have been postponing. Not because success is guaranteed, but because growth is impossible without that action. Years from now, you will be proud of every result, but you will be grateful for every time you had the courage to try. And the people who transform their lives are rarely the people who know the most. They're the people who act despite uncertainty. They understand a simple truth: the cost of holding back eventually becomes greater than the cost of moving forward. Stop waiting for confidence. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for future versions of yourself to appear in the same and save the day. The person capable of changing your life is already here. The only question is whether you're finally ready to stop holding back and start moving right now. I'm a little serious today, right? Thanks for watching today. If you found value in today's video, please subscribe. Without that subscription base, we can't grow here on YouTube, and I desperately need that subscription base to do so. We're looking to get to 1,000 subs, and we can't do it without you. So please subscribe. And you have a good day. We'll see you guys tomorrow.